The process really started with, we need use cases, right? Like people, this is a very sort of old thing. This is not new, but we are purchasing software to do a job, right? We are contracting a software to do a service. What is that service? So that's kind of where it just started. What are our use cases? It really just started with, we need to document these. And then it goes back to how does that saying go? If a tree falls but no one hears it, did it make a sound kind of thing, right? Like now that we have them and now that we know them, it has to come out into the world. We built out a script on how do you best demo this? How do you best showcase this? So all that work was done already. And then it was about translating it into an interactive demo. And I will say that it wasn't straightforward. We, of course, started with, let's just go one-to-one. Like everything I've run in the script, let's just make a demo. But that will sometimes make it really long. And we had to take care of that, right? We also did a lot of back and forth. So we would sit with a salesperson and be like, go through it with them. If they get bored, like when you lose their attention, that's when it needs to stop. So we also actually got a lot of feedback from them. Nothing was published without an okay from the sales team. We also wanted to make sure that we got some stories in there. So one thing that our sales team is fantastic at, and that we try to do as much as we can, is to weave in customer research, statistics that we have, customer stories that we have. So we found that also to be really important in the interactive demo. So you will see that our interactive demos sometimes end with success stories or start with success stories, or a success story will just pop up randomly. Okay, not randomly, but in the middle. And that was with intention to sort of weave that same value that people get from a person-to-person demo. When all the documentation was done, right, the customer research, like all of the things, everything was documented. We were sure that this is we could validate that this is a job that we could deliver. We had proof. So for example, our success stories, we had proof that people were doing this and they're doing it successfully. When all of that was done, it was quote unquote just to turn it into a page. So that's where the structure came from, right? So what are the steps to solve this use case, first and foremost? Then we call them our recipes. They are like our how-to guides. So what are those guides that you need? That also came from some feedback that we got from sales, that they normally don't have time to sort of demo everything. So a hack that they found was actually to send these recipe videos, because it was a way to prospects to look at what the product looked and felt like in a more practical way. So we were like, okay, let's bring some recipes in there too, right? We're creating these guides for a reason, and it's to solve these use cases. So they went in there, success stories went in there, any sort of relevant quotes of social proof went in there. And then the interactive demo also went in there. So the process, the easiest part of this was actually making those landing pages, but that's because all the work had been done.